performer with us next, who joined the 10% of entrepreneurs when she was 16, and who loves to keep her work schedule busy. Please welcome to the stage, Hillary Marie Mize.
Hello. How are we all doing? Good. How are you doing? Good. You're out there. All right, so I have a story for you. I was in Los Angeles at the LA Tap Fest. This was one of the biggest dance festivals out there. And somebody asked me where I was from, and I said, Jersey. They said, Jersey? Where's that? What? Jersey, New Jersey, that little part of the tri-state area on the East Coast. I mean, this was nuts. In terms of the tap community, many of our icons come from this state. Savion Glover, considered to be the leader of contemporary tap dance, was born and raised in New Jersey, and many of the leaders of our community are products of New Jersey dance training. It bothered me so bad that these people didn't know. At that time, I was 16 years old, and that's where it started. Instead of continuing to be upset, I made it my own responsibility to educate the public. It was not this dancer's fault for not knowing. It was our fault for not letting them know. In time came Jersey Tap Fest, the Garden State Tap Dance Festival, founded and directed by a teenager from Basking Ridge, New Jersey. Me. A few months after my 19th birthday in 2010, the festival kicked off, and I had dancers from all over the U.S. registered. This past year, attendance increased, and I even had dancers from Japan. Because I took an entrepreneurial stance, the dance community's awareness of New Jersey artists has grown. But I'm not here to talk about tap dance entirely. At a young age, I decided that complaining really just isn't productive, and that was my enlightenment. Now, we hear it all the time, and you even heard it before. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Well, I'm not going to stand up here and tell you what you should be when you grow up. I'm going to tell you, don't just be the change. You need to create the change. I'm standing here to support entrepreneurship in the younger generation. We hold the future of our world, and we need to be prepared to lead accordingly. Some of the greatest products that we see today are the brainchildren of past entrepreneurs who put their dissatisfaction into action. To them, something was broken and needed fixing or improvement, and instead of complaining to somebody else about how they should go fix it, they took responsibility over the situation. So, how can we prepare to take ownership over our world and the future changes that we wish to see? You start by educating yourself. Organized education is fabulous. In the classroom, we are offered tools for how we can learn. However, we are often convinced that success without formal education is impossible. You must grow past this and move beyond the classroom. You will not find yourself and connect with your consciousness and the world around you sitting at a desk being told what to read and graded accordingly. Now, I was the student who spent the majority of my high school career not really going to school. And on the off chance that I did, I snuck a novel in my textbook. I crave knowledge and education, but for me, my education wasn't in a college degree. At a young age, I had a good business sense because of my mother. She was a compliance officer, and from her, I learned how to follow the rules and deal with finances. I then worked behind the scenes at many festivals. I dug around, I took note of what did and didn't work, I sought advice and ways to improve. It was great. I mean, what is better than working in your own field, right? How many interns do we have in here? Anybody? Yes. Fabulous. So for me, that was my education, okay? Now, Sammy Davis Jr., one of the greatest entertainers in America, he was asked, what is it that you do that you learned from other people? His response was nothing. Everything that I've learned from other people is what I do not want to be. Now, this world around you and the people in it will be your greatest education. You just need to be aware of it. You need to open yourself, and like it was said before, you need to be ever present in your world around you. Listen,
take a look around and soak it all in. You should embrace this independence. And when you need guidance, it'll be there. I promise. I've already had many mentors who've guided me in my face-first dive into creativity. However, I refuse to follow a textbook format. And I hope that you will do the same. Now, my second piece of advice to you is that you recognize your support system. Here I was, 16 years old, and I had a dream of producing this event. You'd think that people would say, "This is fabulous. Look at this young dancer taking initiative to further herself and her craft." But it wasn't the case. Many people gave me a nice pat on the back and said, "You go make that festival," thinking I was a kid dreaming too far out of my reach, and there wasn't much support. Your greatest support system is not your friends and family who are behind you every step of the way. Your greatest support system is your determination. However, your friends and family can reinforce your determination. When you have a plan that you intend to see through, that is the greatest support that will hold you up even when you feel like everything and everyone in the world stands between you and your dream. And trust me, there will be a time that you feel like everything and everyone is in your way. So, recognize your support system. Now this next one, it may sound a little elementary, but I encourage you to write your thoughts down. Brainstorming is fabulous. And if you're anything like me, your mind runs a mile a minute and you can barely hold on to the great thought that you just generated 2 minutes ago. You should write it down. Chances are, you'll find yourself coming back to it. Sometimes a thought needs marinating. Other times, your thoughts could be ahead of your time, and you just need to come back to it later. So, write it down. I had a friend who said that you should write your dream in big, freaking handwritten capital letters on your wall. Writing things down can make the imaginary tangible, and it's worked for me, and I really encourage you to do it. So, with all this being said, I strongly encourage you to become your own entity. Push yourselves and create the companies, products, and art that will change this world. Please do not wait for somebody else to fix it for you. And also know that your age has nothing to do with your capability. It's one thing to be the change you wish to see in the world, and another to create it. If you're reaching for the stars as a teenager, the sky will not be your limit in your future. You will have a universe full of opportunities available to you in your near future. And when you both have become and created the change, I hope that you'll share it with everybody.